My name is Morenikeji Shobaleji, and you know what we do on the program. Yes, this is the program that gives us the opportunity to dissect and analyze issues of public and national interest. And today is not going to be of exception. Today we turn our attention to an issue that sits at the intersection of food security, economic empowerment, and the future of young people. Employment generation through farming is what we are looking at today. And of course, for many years, agriculture has been viewed primarily as means of producing food. But modern agriculture is much more than food, crop, and livestock production to processing, packaging, transportation, marketing, and agribusiness. The agricultural value, the value chain has the potential to create thousands of direct and also indirect employment opportunities for whoever, for the populace and for Nigeria youths. And the question therefore is not simply whether farming can create jobs, but how do we transform agriculture into a viable, attractive, and sustainable source of employment, particularly for our young people. And to examine this important subject, we have with us in the studio today distinguished guests and stakeholders in the subject matter. So firstly, I'll be welcoming to the studio Chief Rotimi Shogunle. He's the chairman Ajegule Farm Settlement and the PRO of Farmers Association, Ogun State. Good morning, nice having you join us today.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, you're a stakeholder in the business, and I know you're going to do justice to everything we'll be discussing today. Thank you so much. Yes, also, I'm also joined by Mr. Musiba Osemiu Ademola, popularly known as MSA. He's an agriculturist, a certified farmer. Yes, when you see farmer, you see agriculturist, then one carries certificate. That is talking about Mr. Musiba Ademola here. We'll also be joining us in the conversation. And together, we're going to pull through for the next 1 hour on the show today. So let me welcome in the studio, Mr. Musiba. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, you're both welcome to the program. Yes, now let's go straight to the business. I want to start from Chief Shogunle. Let me begin with you. When we talk about employment generations through farming, yes, how much employment potential does agriculture actually have? Let's start from Ogun State, in Ogun State in particular.
In Ogun State.
Yes, let's start there.
Sincerely speaking, you can't count it. That's the truth.
Okay.
The value chain is so big, it's so large, it's so encompassing that if you can't, farming can generate millions of jobs, provided we get it right.
Really? Will you say that the government in Ogun State is actually paying adequate attention to promoting agriculture? Because, we have young people who seek right today of unemployment. And if you look at it, you have said it affirmatively that agriculture is a potential means of employment generation that people actually should, tap into making it a means of employment. So now, will you say in your own, perspective, let me put it that way, will you say that the government of Ogun State, or we are doing enough as people in the state to actually tap into what is important and what can put food on the table, talking about agriculture now?
I think we are lucky in Ogun State because we have a governor and a government that has as its mantra, Isheya. The A there is agriculture. And our governor has really done marvelously well. I am the PRO, I speak for all farmers in Ogun State, and I have direct contact, first-hand information of everything government of Ogun State is doing as far as agriculture is concerned. Now, there are so many things. Recently, government, in the last 2-3 years, government introduced what we call Ogun State Economic Enhancement Project. And that project is called popularly as OGTV. That project has 3 dimensions: education, technical aspect, and agriculture. And I can tell you as of today that the program began with subsidizing farmers in food production.
Okay.
If you are into arable, That is crop production. You have 50-50. The land clearing there is 35-65. Government bears 65. And when you go into livestock, when I mean 50-50, it's turnkey. It's 100%. This is how much you are spending. Government takes this. You provide this. Now, when you now go to livestock, it is 30%, 70. That means you farmer provides 70%, government provides 30%. You know, livestock is more capital intensive. And we take my farm settlement close to you here as for a case study. We aggregated about 135 smallhold farmers, and we went into broiler production. And within that space of time, we produced 54,000 broilers within Ajegunle alone. Awowo does the same.
That's massive.
Yes, Awowo does the same thing. Eruwe farm set, Eruwe fish cluster did the same thing all over the states. And that brought down the cost of food. It generated employment. That's just one. Now going further on that project, government found that, okay, we have graduated our farmers, we have put money into their pockets. Now let us now add value. That is infrastructural development. Here in Ajegunle, I'm the luckiest because my excellency, the governor, provided a 5,000 capacity daily production, boiler production processing plant with solar powered. I'm not dependent on electricity to produce, with 4 big cold stores. So that alone is generating direct investment of not less than 35 to 40,000.
So how can I benefit from all of this? Do I have to fill form?
Fantastic. You come to me, my farm is just about 1 kilo to you, I put you through.
Okay.
Then I want to say that graduating from that, what we did was to now set up what we call Ajegunle Broiler Company. That company allows investors to come in, producing broilers, processing broilers, and selling broilers. So we have gotten a prototype sales outlet within the secretariat. And anybody that goes there knows that we are selling broiler at the cheapest price available.
So you already have market for it, the offers are available.
See, the thing is this, it's not as if off-take cars were never available, but farmers were being cheated. So what we have done now as farmers is to bring ourselves together, produce, market. And so with such outlets, that's why nobody can beat our price. Okay,
I'm still coming back to how this will be of benefit to the people. You know, we're talking about, not about you now, but it's about a lot of people who can be able, you know, to get benefit from all that you have outlined. So I'm coming back. Yes, now to you, Mr. Musibao. You know, agriculture has been, you know, sometimes been portrayed as an occupation for people in rural communities. And when you look at it, for those without formal education, so how do we change this perception? Because a lot of people believe that only those who are in the rural areas who do not have a formal education and all of that can only be, you know, can only be farmers. So how do we change this narrative to make farming more attractive to educated young Nigerians? Like, you are a certified farmer now, I will call you a professional farmer. So how do you make it more attractive to many? Because if you talk about farmer, people, the mindset goes to rural areas and those who are not educated, or these semi-educated people who can just not use their certificate to do anything. So how do you change this narrative?
Thank you. My first observation is the fact that the person, the chairman of Ajegunle Farm Settlement, is also speaking in English. That means he's educated.
Good.
Majority
and he's
of
a farmer.
He's a farmer. Majority of the farmers we have
nowadays
Good. Are educated individuals. Though the law of the country says if you are a civil servant, the only other source of income you can engage in is going into farming. And now, having him speaking, communicating fluently in English, that shows the thinking of the past, 20, 30 years ago, is when you graduate as banker or engineer, or you go for white-collar jobs. But now, we now have even PhD holders who, at the end of their 35 years serving the country, who want to have a farm estate of their own. And the money they must have gotten from serving the country or any of the private sector, they invest that in doing agriculture. Gone are the days that we say uneducated individuals or poverty-minded individuals are the
but still, people are still having the mindset that it is like that. Like you've rightly, said now, fine, it is to say that we are not having it the way it was before. Now we're having the new normal. People, educated people are going into farming, into agriculture and farming. But when you look at it, the Gen Zs believes that the moment you go into farm, you are farming, you tend to wear dirty stuffs. You are changing, you do the plowing yourself, and all these basics of farming work is what makes the Gen Z still feels like, no, I can't go into farming. So do we have maybe advancement in a way of advanced way of farming now, the technological input and all of that will make it more attractive to, let me take Gen Zs for example. They are the generations coming up now that we feel like, okay, if they should be able to tap into the opportunity in farming, then job employment, there will be a gap between, we'll be able to bridge the gap of unemployment. So what do you say to that?
Let me come in this way. The government, it is not only about bringing equipment, bringing i.e. the input. Who are the people? You call them. Majority of the youth are between age 18 to 35. What are you doing with these people? Are you ready to train them? Are you giving them the necessary information at their disposal? Machines are everywhere. Tools are available. Technological advancement is helping on planting you. There is no need for you harrowing your land by yourself. There are machines that do that. There are equipment that help you to plant. That you have your overall. In the recent time, one of these senators distributed over 40 tractors, harrowers, planters, and i.e. this thing. This thing is meant for young generations. It is now on the readiness of every individual in that field to come in and tap in from. Ogun State is a blessed state in terms of arable land. The land is there, and our proximity to Lagos State, which is the 5th largest economy in Africa and the largest in terms of population in the whole of national component. We just have to tap in. The younger generation should come on with a mindset of, what can I do?
I'm ready for
I am ready for this. Not that, okay, after me being certified as a NCE, ND, or BTech or BSc master holder, okay, I am looking for a white collar job. No. Nature is a free money. Nature brings free money. And what makes you richer is when you get more free money. Free money in the sense that you sleeping at home while nature is doing the job for you. Agriculture is the best to say that nature does the job while you are sleeping.
If you are sleeping at home, yes, Swami is just in a different form now. Thank you so much. Yes, like I said before, I quickly asked Mr. who is a certified farmer to tell us, his perception about what we are discussing today. You were talking about the government's effort. Mr. Shogule, Chief Shogule, you were talking about the government's effort and what you are doing at this farm settlement here. I want to know how people can benefit. I asked the question the other time that, how will I benefit from this? I am not directly talking about myself, but let's look at all the people, the generality of my young ones who would want to, because at the long run, we begin to see that certain section of people are actually benefiting, while we still have, larger population still saying we are not doing anything, this thing does not cut across. So how do people benefit from it that will makes it kind of, that will makes it bring a kind of, yes, inclusive, yes, and reduce the level of unemployment?
Okay, let me add to what you said before I come to what you said, your question. Now, the truth is, information is key. In this Ogun State, you have soilless farm. You don't need to plow, you don't need to harrow. Is in our there, and soilless farm takes in at least 1,000 per batch, and they produce, and they are all paid. Soilless farm pays all of them, employs them, gives them greenhouses to practice. So for our youth, unless they don't have the information, And that is why I always use this kind of opportunity to enlighten people where they can go. Solace Farm is now Ogun State government, I know, do sponsor people. We have a Eweje Farm Institute at Odeda there. On occasional basis, they arrange educational training for our youth. Now there's a project on board now. We call it SAPZ. That is Special Agricultural Processing Zone. Don't forget that Ogun State has built an agro airport. Now this agro airport have so many processing centers. So what government is doing through African Development Bank is to develop processing centers around the airport so that we don't just produce and export raw. We produce and add value before we export. And majorly, who are the people that are involved in this? They are majorly youths between 18 and 40. And so what government is doing is to aggregate them. They come together 25, 25, 25.
Okay.
Form a cluster, then come to a person like me, I will put you through. Or go to government at Okemos, Ministry of Agriculture, and say, okay, you want to participate in this program. They will give you all incentives free. All because it has happened. It's not something that is happening. Those clusters, what they needed, they'll be giving to them. Shovel, harrow, seedlings, everything, as a way of mobilizing them. Then further, they now begin to get the inputs at extremely subsidized prices.
Right.
So that is about SAPZ. And it's still graduating. That project too, I know, have infrastructural aspects. So generating employment is dependent on our youth getting ready. And
interest.
Yes, getting number one, interest, two, information, education. And I want to tell you, I tell most youths, now learn. Don't say because people are planting tomato, I want to plant tomato. Do your research. The truth is, where you have money in agriculture for subsistence and individual farmers are in logistics, marketing, ICT. Those are the areas. If as a youth, you want to begin to go and plant maize, how many hectares will you plant? How long will you wait to make money? But on your phone, you can actually use your phone to know who needs tomato, where can I buy tomato, where can I sell tomato, how much is the price. So that is where youth needs to be engaged. So generating employment is all across the value chain. Or let me take, and let's take anything. Let's say rice, for example. For you to produce rice, you begin from getting the seedlings. There's a company producing the seedlings. Now, you need fertilizer. There's a company producing fertilizer. You need tractors. There are people that you're going to hire from. Now, you get the land, you do clearing, you do the tilling, you do everything, you get the planter, you plant. Now, when it gets to harvest, let's assume everything is mechanized. You harvest. Now, there's a factory that is going to process. People are working there. They go into the broiler, they dry, it becomes a finished good. Now, marketing comes in. People buy from the company, take it to the market. Then you now have in millions of bags. Some other people begin to take it per trailer. Are you getting it? Some people begin to take it. So the value chain in all agricultural sector is enormous. But our youth must think, they must research and ask for knowledge. Because most things you learn in the classroom is different outside. So you need to tap into people that are practiced, they are afraid, they are past, and they need
more practicable experience too. Yes. MSA, beyond planting and harvesting, that's one thing I need to ask you now. Where exactly are the major employment opportunities within agricultural value chain that many young people, he has given a lot of examples, but where exactly do you think many young people may not be aware of, and they will be thinking, like he said now, and I actually picked from that, he said most time you can think about you know, how you can make technology useful as not going into farm now, but you can use your phone to find out, to Google, and you look for,
you
need a particular, then connect. So you be a kind of, yes, in between. So what areas do you think is more prominent that you think youth should also look at?
None of agricultural sector is useless, as he has rightly said. When we talk of agric, it's starting from while you are clearing your land, planting, harvesting, processing, and whatever you process, it is not even a finished good yet. Some companies are in need of this as their raw materials. You are giving them. Employment opportunity in agriculture is very enormous that you cannot finish tapping it till eternity, unless you don't have the required information, as I have said earlier. Agriculture, let us leave the side of planting. Rearing of animal husbandry in agriculture is there. Planting of
fishery is there.
Fishery is there. Poultry is there.
Piggery is also
there. Even piggery is religious. As the religious aspect of it, some people may not want to go into piggery because of their religious belief. But let me come clear to you. Do you know, with 1 acre of land, planting coconut alone, after 4 years, you are a fucking multi-millionaire. Sure. A millionaire. Sure. That can be any 1 acre of land, you plant 148 seedling of coconut. After 4 or 5 years of the maturity of coconut, you will be making nothing less than 10, 12, 15 million. But the waiting time is not what the youth of nowadays are not ready to go through.
Yeah, 4 years to many is just like a long period of time to wait.
To wait. The waiting time is, and you telling me, as you came in, you are coming in into agriculture and you fail for the first time. You are not saying you won't do that again. No, you consider your immediate short-term harvesting, long-term harvesting, periodic harvesting. We have festive period that you can easily sell your goods. We have festive period that you can easily sell your foreign turkey, your broilers, and there is no need for you to even wait till festive period, because as he rightly said, my brother is earning at least 800,000 naira every 6 weeks, at least, after considering all cost of production. At least the man is a civil servant, but that extra charge is coming in because he is able to tap into what the government is doing in order to create job opportunity, employment generation, and creation of wealth. It's beyond, oh, I'll pay for this, I will not invest in again. No, there are sectors you consider periodic, you consider quarterly, you consider the long term, or even if you are having a loan and you plan for 4 years, having coconut or cocoa or soursop as your cash crop, this thing, then you consider periodic source of income that will enable you to sustain that waiting time
for 4 years.
Let me take for instance, dry season, ewedu and vegetables are very costly during the dry season. What happened to you having a mini solar pumping machine and plan on just 2 or 3 plots of land in your area? There are many useless lands, farmlands in our community. Even within our immediate community, you just ask the owner, seek for the consent of the owner, and do this thing, get your water and water it. Dry season planting of vegetable is very lucrative if you can do it. Right? We are living a kind of impressive life. That no, I don't want that Mr. Lagaja to see me and doing this. No. I do harvest ewedu even while on the roadside. When I see it and I need it, I will just do that. Our mothers in the olden days,
as water leaf.
That is water leaf. They harvest that on the street and they sell. That is free. It's even free from nature. You don't need any investment to harvest water leaf.
And can we actually do anything without eating all those things? You need to eat, really.
No, you need to eat. Well, food is life.
Of course.
Agriculture is life as
well. Of course, and the value chain is, it's kind of so wide that anyone can tap into. Yes, if you're still joining, if you're still watching the program, it's still Roundtable on OGTV, and we're looking at employment generation through farming. we've talked a lot about all this, and some of the facts submitted by my guest in the studio are not new to many of us watching the program, but it's just the interest and the mindset to be ready. Let's quickly go for this short break. When we return, the program continues. Stay with us. Glad to have you join us again. And it's the Roundtable here on OGTV. We're looking at employment generation through farming, and we've been talking about a lot here in the studio. Agricultural value chain, like I said before we went for that short break, is so wide, and it depends on what we would like to do. I could remember some times ago when I was, working on a particular, report. That time I was looking at the value chain of agriculture, and it was from cassava. We were able to see extracts from cassava. We can get ethanol, we can get sugar, we can get fufu, we can get cassava flakes, sorbitol. So a lot. So imagine you from cassava, you are just a maker of fufu or a producer of maybe gari or something, or even starch. So a lot is a lot of benefits is in agriculture. Yes, like I was saying before, Chief Shogule, something is still very, disturbing. Talking about, the young people not knowing the specifics when it comes to, talking about the opportunities in agriculture, where you do not know where to go. So I want you to really look at it and, explain better for our young people watching this program now. Some of them are, disturbed with the mindset of, what do I do? Where do I go? So what specific area do you think is more, like you said in your submission the other time, you were talking about the airport. A young mind that had, hear you say airport, will quickly say, okay, airport. Without minding, maybe it's agro-processing zone, maybe it's for, they want to hear something that attracts them into doing, agriculture. So let's look at it. What's an area that you think will be more attractive to young people that they would want to go into farming?
Yeah, I think the first thing, the starting point should be for them to be passionate. Because you can't succeed in agric if you don't have the passion. Irrespective of your education, irrespective of your exposure, if you don't have passion for it, you can't succeed already. That's number one. Number two, for youth, I want to appeal to them that the starting point should be, again, interest. I mentioned passion, I mentioned interest, then I mentioned education. Because you must make up your mind that this is what I want to do. Because farming requires perseverance. That to fail now does not mean you will not pass tomorrow. Don't forget that you are dealing with nature. And so many lessons have been learned, and we are learning every day. So if you dabble into it and you burn your fingers, it's like every other business. That is for the youth. Now I want to again appeal to our government, because the incentives must be good. Now I'm talking Ajegule Farm Settlement, because Papa Awolowo studied how to engage youth. We still have so many of them on my farm, 90, 85 years old. And from this farm, I know many of them have built 6 flats from the farm. They have never done any job. Because in those days, everything required for planting and harvesting is inside the farm settlement. Whatever is required to make the job succeed were provided by government. Government did not see it as a business, because that is exactly what brought us to where we are. When government says agriculture is a business, and they left it. So what Papa Awolowo did was even provided accommodation for them.
That is why we call them settlements.
They live there, they work there, they breathe there. So
They even raise family there because
I got my own from. I inherited mine from my father
as a next of kin.
As a next of kin, not as if I got it directly from government. So that is to tell you, and I got the interest because my dad will always bring us
to the farm.
That is it. So specifically, amenities, infrastructures. Two people graduate. One is a mechanical engineer. One is agriculturist. This one comes to Ajegunle. After 2 years we met. The one with mechanical engineer is rising, is enjoying. The one with agri is still struggling. Because capital provision is even important. All of us are not really endowed to persevere. But for you to enjoy farming, passion, interests, perseverance, knowledge is very important. They have to move to where they are. And most importantly, we need to learn to work together. Because most times our problem is we want to do it alone. And even the Bible confirms that it is good for two to move together. For when one falls, the other one will lift it up. So when they come together and decide this is how I want to do, when they advise themselves together, they work together, and they will surely make it. So for the youth, it is important that they follow some of what I said, but it's equally important for government to begin to provide funding, because now we have NIN. Nobody can see money. Nobody can take loan and go away with it. It's no more possible in Nigeria. So, and the Ogun State government is really doing that.
It's just that people are hiding under the law. You know, there are certain laws that ban if you take loan, there's a way you go about.
No, those are the online, not the one from the banks. No, not the one from the banks. Okay.
So many people will not go to the bank.
No, what I'm saying is this. There are institutions government set up for agricultural loans. For example, in Ogun State, we have Osamka. Osamka provides a maximum up to 10 million loan for cooperative society, for a group of people who wants to use them. Also, we have many cooperative societies. Ogun State government just provided 500 million for Federation of Cooperatives. What is expected is the Federation of Cooperatives will disburse those money to so many cooperatives, which they have done. Are you getting it? So it is now left for you to join a cooperative society for you to be able to access such loan. That is why I said information is key and education is very important. You cannot sit in your house and get necessary information unless for this kind of opportunity. People should seek knowledge. So government on its part is trying, but they need to do more.
Of course, I was even going to talk about government now that, we also need to continue talking to, leaders at that level that, okay, these are things you should do. That's the essence of this program. At least whatever we bring out or we say to them, they understand and they know where to go next. Because sometimes when government is not, putting their minds to the important things that would, attract the young people to making sure that, they are taking part in all the policies and program of government. And this brings me to my next question. Some of them have the major complaints of adu daycare, the farmlands. He was talking about lands are available everywhere. You can just walk up to anybody, ask the owner to permit you. Yes, I've done something very close to that before. I think sometimes 2 years ago, my older sister needed to get a land. Is abroad, so she sent me money. I got the land for her, but before she could begin any work on that land, she also asked me that I should look for somebody who is interested in farming to use the place to continue using using the place until she's ready to have a structure on the land. So now you are the PRO of the farmers in Ogun State, and of course you are the chairman of this farm settlement. How easy is it for the young people to have access, to get farmland? Because many of them will be like, where do I start from?
Now, the truth is this. You see, you have to seek knowledge. You have people that have gotten the land 40 years ago, 30 years ago. They are elderly and their children are probably not available.
Or not
If
interested.
you are not interested, if you come to me, you can pair with such people, be using the land.
Oh,
Are you
really?
getting it? So that is possible. Now from the government, I said Solace Laboratory, Solace Farm is there at Awowo. You see the Awowo Farm estate we have. Government brought in fresh graduates and set up that estate for them during, I think, Amosu regime.
Amosu did
He set
that,
up that place for them. And if you go there now, most of those graduates, they still remain there. They are good. Because one of them still messaged me this morning. I know all of them. Now, Solace Laboratory, I said, is even making greenhouse available for youth that it has trained. So these are opportunities that are available. Don't wait until when you have money, big money to start. Seek knowledge first, then you now begin to look after the money. You understand? There are a lot of, government is doing a lot. Ogun State government has cleared this farming season more than, I think to the best of my knowledge, over 2,000 hectares for youths all over.
That is 5,000 acres of land.
Yeah, for youths. What is important is you can't work in isolation. Government these days don't work with individuals.
Even the life itself.
Uh-huh.
We now, the
So
whole world is now a
you
global
have to
village.
come together. When you come together, make yourself corporate, register just a business name. Then push yourself to people that can link you. There are vast opportunities. Internet is equally there. Okay, for example, you have a MasterCard Foundation attached to, part of them is in FUNAP. They are doing the same thing for the youth. In fact, that project is so fantastic that they give you ceiling, they give you everything. When you harvest, everything belongs to you. Just use your hand, supervise. It even goes beyond you. They will engage workers for you and pay if you want, but they remove such costs from your profit when you harvest. So what else do we want these people to do? Leventis Foundation is there, doing similar thing. But our youth are, some of them are not inquisitive enough.
That's what I want to say, that all these foundations are not known to many. Yes, and I was going to ask you, MSA, that, you know, he says something now that they can come together, you know, think about the how they can register. Yes, and this brings me to finance as another major challenge. So what practical financing models can help young people, you know, move from having an interest in farming to actually establishing viable agricultural enterprises? You know, when you look at it, the finance plays a strong key role in all of this. Registering or coming together to register, for those who do not even have, do you understand where I'm going? For those who could not even afford, you know how much it is to register maybe a farm.
The government is doing that
Free of charge now.
250. Federal government is doing that.
Free of
Registration
charge,
of company or business name or cooperative society is free for 250,000 ready Nigerians. Ready. I mean sincere ones who are ready to create job opportunity, wealth and income stream of for you to be successful. I want to put this in Yoruba. Wọn kì í ṣàwó l'America ní street. That is what my old mother told me. That there is no free money anywhere. They don't pick money on the floor.
You just work for it.
Telling me you are going to America? No, stay back here and make your millions, and I'm doing that. Though with the support of government and my friends, if you are sincere, you are ready. Yoruba will say, "Ọmọ tó bá ṣípá ni ìyá ẹ̀ ń gbé." You have to start from somewhere. Finance, the government is doing its best to make sure money is everywhere. The Bank of Agriculture is there. Nicer bank
Access is the problem.
Access,
you know, I've seen people complain. I've heard a lot of people.
He was saying documentation. What matters most, if you are a lender, if you are a financial institution, you will not give your money to a ghost. You just have to bring some reasonable information about yourself, what you needed as a person to get what is in the other person's hand. You have to bring something as collateral. There's no need for you to build a house and use that as a collateral. Your NIN and your BVN is enough. You cannot travel anywhere in the world. Once the money enters your Nigerian account and it has been tagged that you are owing, the money will be, though there are bottlenecks, the government should do more in removing the bottleneck. The hindrances are there. The conventional banks are not ready to give their money out. Exactly. But the government institution, Bank of Industry, NISA Microfinance Bank, and other agricultural finance institutions, they just have to do more through National Orientation Agency to let the young people on the street know that these are what you need to get this done. Now, you patronizing a lawyer that I want to register my company, when you can easily do that on your phone for free. You don't have the money, you want to register your company, and in order to get funds from the government should do seamlessly. The processes to getting these funds should be seamless. They should take this, they should tell this bank, this government finance institution, agricultural special banks, they should go to this farm settlement and ask for the people, the ready ones. Who are you ready? This facility is available. This we can do. This we can do. This is what is expected of you, and your money is available.
Thank you so much. Chief, another one that is also of concern is post-harvest losses, and this remains a serious concern. So what investment in storage, transportation and processing are necessary to reduce this?
Yeah, let me again put one or two things before we go. Now, you see, Ogun State government gave every year 50 million to fish farmers in Nerue as a loan. So farmers there have access. One, because they are together. Again, I will release something. I've told all the farmers on that farm platform that they should all get registered, open an account with Bank of Agric, because a portal is going to be opened. And I've told them by 2 p.m. today, I will release it. Let everybody go and open online banking with Bank of Agric, because they too, they have upgraded. So by 2 p.m. today, I will release that link. The link is to register farmers so that they can have access to loan through federal government. And that is why it is important to have account with Bank of Agric.
Oh, so if you do not have account with Bank
you
of Agric,
can't access
you can't benefit.
You can't benefit.
Okay.
Now, that is one. Now, let me now come back to post-harvest losses.
Okay.
Now, Ogun State government has built 28 different post-harvest losses value chain within the state in the last 1.5 years. Now, I take Ogba Fufu in Ilaru, for example.
I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah.
Now you see that new cassava processing plant house that is built there is to modernize fufu production, modernize garri production, modernize cassava production. And if you go there, all our warehouses are being upgraded. Automation. So for storage, and I told you that even on my farm, we have government just put in 4 different cold stores to preserve the produce. Now there are dryers, there are flash dryers all over, which is solar powered. They are all scattered within the state. It's at Agowe, it's at Ikene, it's at Ibiade, it's at Koka. So government on its part is making efforts. And we are even lucky, one of our senators, even though it's not from Central, from Ogun West, Senator, he has pushed in a lot for farmers. And that, in fact, is my joy. Because if what you are seeing now is replicated, which he promised, double after 2027, if God will help me, farmers we enjoy.
And we are secured in the state. That,
Oh, yeah.
That's what that means. Okay, MSA, if you were given the responsibility to design a 5-year youth employment program through agriculture for Ogun State, so what will be the 3 or 4 things you would prioritize immediately? Let me just look at it. And our time is fast spent, so I want you to do that within just 1 minute.
If I am given the opportunity of advising the government in areas of job opportunity 5 years plan, as I was saying, as earlier said, let me be sincere with you. If the government is doing all their best in order to put things in place, you need ready individuals. What is expected of the government is providing the land, the infrastructure needed, the finance on percentage level, and bringing ready individuals, not just political people that will come for a very short period of time and they will go. The continuity should be put into consideration. Kudos to Governor Dapo Abiodun for ensuring the Awowo farm settlement is not that moribund. Because when it was built,
Government is continuum.
Government should be continuum. It's not continuum in some states. That's
what I'm saying. Affirmatively, government is continuum. So anybody that is doing otherwise should be questioned.
Should be questioned. If I'm given the opportunity of advising the government, I will just make sure that I advise the government. The government should provide the land, the security, the needed infrastructure, the finance, and training and retraining
of young people. Yes, finally to you, Chief Shogule. Yes, you are going to say something about that, but let me just add my question. So to young people watching us who is unemployed or looking for an alternative career, what is your message?
Yeah, I want to quickly give my own 5-year plan. Okay. And that is for government to turn all the rural secondary schools into agro parks. Look, the rural secondary schools, they have land. Acquire 100 hectares for each of the rural secondary schools. Make them mega secondary schools.
Okay.
Then make them agro park. What do we mean by agro park? Use 25 hectares for banana plantation. Use 25 hectares to do moringa. Use 25 hectares to do cashew. Then use 25 hectares to do maize. Provide the experts backup, which is available in our ministry. All those students, they are free workers. I bet you, if government does that, at least two in niche zone, before you know it, those agro parks will become cities. Lagos State tried it with model colleges. When Mera was opened, I opened it with, I think, Babangida Abacha then, Aibe was the governor. Go to Mera today, it's an urban. Kaikon was a rural place. Go today, it's an urban center. Now I come to your question.
Please answer my question now.
How do youth?
Yes, how do you advise the young people?
The young ones. My dearest children, agric is one of the best ventures you can dabble into. And the beautiful thing is you depend only on yourself and God, no intermediary. Now pick your phone, do proper research in area of logistics, marketing and distribution. Then dabble into those areas. For leave people planting, leave people rearing, go into marketing, go into logistics. Now, in Lagos, you now have people that you call, they call themselves shoppers, a modern way. What do? They shop for households.
Yes.
They shop for households.
You just
and they make their money.
Yes, you call them, you tell them what you need.
They just online. So what are we talking about? You have your phone, sit at the comfort of your room, turn yourself to shoppers for families, look at families and assure them. They give you money, you go out to market for them. By the time you have 50 of such families, you are settled.
It's just that our young ones need to...
So youth should take a lot that line. It is, look at Dangote. It started by selling before going to industrialization. So you cannot begin at a higher level when you are
I think that is what I've seen as the issue. They want to just pick it from the top.
Because the knowledge is not there. They want to begin to produce instead of marketing. because that is where you can be sustained. When you see me, I've not had my time on my farm in the last 2-3 weeks. I have people working for me. It's one engagement or the other. If I'm the one to do all those things, the farm will have the money.
Yes, personally, the Gary I'm eating in my house was produced by me, so I didn't buy it.
You.
I have a farm, and I made a lubo and Gary from it. The last year was vegetable, cassava, pepper, so I picked my stores from my farm. So I'm a farmer too.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So it's been a very insightful conversation on employment generation through farming today, and we have established that agriculture is not simply about putting seeds into the soil and harvesting crops. It's an entire economic ecosystem capable of creating opportunities in production, processing,